Well, hello there again, and here we are at number six. Time flies, doesn't it, Nance? It's
Amazing
Nancy
when you have.
Rector, and I'm Ed Mel. And what are we going to talk about today, Nance?
Oh, Clostridium, botulinum, Toxin A.
Is that like the new flu we have to worry about getting vaccinated for, or
No,
no?
people are
Okay,
doing this one to themselves. It's Botox. And is it ugly? Oh, wait, it's supposed to make you look better.
beautiful. Okay, tell us all about it.
So it it's a toxin from an anaerobic bacteria that when it's in food, it paralyzes you and kills you. So why people inject that into their system, I still don't understand. But just in the off the top, you have to make sure you go to a verified, validated healthcare professional because there are some of these parties that are going on where people are doing this to themselves, and there are problems. There's even and I'll put it in the comments where there's an article by the CDC to be very careful with this because it has these horrible side effects. Localized,
Like,
like localized reactions just on the injection site. I remember Laura Ingram, one night she had like a black eye. I don't know what they did. I'm assuming it's Botox, but it can cause a black eye. It can cause bruising. It
can it
can
cause like facial
cause
paralysis, maybe?
well, that's next. So
Okay.
that's next. But I mean, so just the redness, the facial swelling, the bruising and tenderness, that alone would make me step back. But muscle weakness and paralysis, especially with use over time, the muscles actually atrophy. So you lose your facial expressions. Can you get it back? I don't know. I didn't look, I didn't go that far. But you really, really have to worry about any extended use of this. And I just like, I don't understand the reason for doing it in the first place, but improper administration of this can make it spread to the wrong parts of your body too. And that's not good
If
because
it gets in your
you can't
bloodstream, isn't
swallow.
it going to it can kind of like
Well, that
be
becomes
serious, right?
that becomes that becomes a major problem. But like what happens if it flows back into here and you can't swallow?
Hmm.
There's the typical allergic reactions that can happen. There's a risk of infection at the injection site, but then if it's a Clostridium, granted this is the toxin and not the bacterium, but if it was, that would become very serious. The systemic, and like you mentioned, that systemic aspect, it can become very, very serious, difficulty swallowing, breathing, vision changes, and autonomic dysfunction, and that's like your breathing. So,
Yeah, I mean, I was watching this show on Netflix, and I won't even say it, but this doctor was killed because someone took Botox and injected it into his insulin medicine, and he injected it, and
holy moly.
he suffocated from it. So it's some serious stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's what
I
I'm
mean, I
on.
understand why people like, oh, they want to believe that they're being told that this is safe and effective. Well, it might be effective, but it's not safe at any stretch. Okay, not safe.
But how much do you
So
want to damage yourself
just to
for
look
your
like,
looks? I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I don't use it and I don't have these bad, horrible lines. Used to, used to, but I use our product, and so does Nancy. So there are solutions and they're natural, right? But go ahead, tell us more about this lovely stuff before we get to the good stuff.
Well, just overall, because I went through several of the different aspects, and I'll have the article linked so you can read this from a technical standpoint if you so desire, and if you're using Botox, you'll probably never go back. I just
Hopefully.
I just really I just don't understand why a short-term fix that's going to end up being long-term, that's going to be a permanent paralysis, would anyone would do that?
But don't you think that maybe people don't know that? Maybe they don't. That's
Oh,
why
that's
we're
true.
here to tell you. We're here to tell you this stuff because I don't think that any dermatologist is going to tell you this
Oh
because
no,
they want to
no.
make money.
And that
Really.
the FDA requires, pamphlets. I'm sure that the FDA, I've never gone and gotten one of these, right? The FDA has to have something that the doctor gives out, or the healthcare practitioner that's doing these injections gives out to the person to show the contraindications and the problems that can occur. Just like when you see commercials on cable, you see all of this litany of, or you're hearing it too,
Possible side effects
possible side effects, blah, blah, blah. But
and
people are
death,
starting to
if
tune out
not.
to that. But people tune out to that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. And so now they get this pamphlet and they're like, oh yeah, okay.
So we're trying to get you to tune in, folks.
Well, we
right?
want you to tune in because what we have works just as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have before and after pictures of my forehead, which I'll put up here on the screen right now. And you can give your testimony, and you can tell us a little bit about Intensive.
Well, this morning I was maybe a little dehydrated when I got up, and I was like, I had my glasses on. I don't normally have my glasses on, looking in the mirror, thank God, but I actually saw the side, these little, what do you call them, squint lines or whatever. And I'm like, oh no. So I literally just took this, and I just went like this, and I went, and they go away. I mean, they just go away. That's Intensi. That's one of our 2 products, and it was developed to do that. Okay. And there's nothing toxic in it at all. So, I don't know. It's like, if there's a non-toxic solution, do you choose A, injecting yourself with toxins and maybe paralyzing your face for your life, or B, trying something natural that might be not exactly perfectly, but 90%, literally, and immediately,
Right.
and there's no side effects.
It was really quick. And the other thing about Intensive that I found by accident, and in another video, previous video, we showed how my sun damage had gone away.
Mhm.
It was a dark spot right here, and you can see in the 3 shots of it was 12 months, not 18. Yeah. The dark spot went away too, and I was like, we're learning about this because it's amazing, and as people use it and as we use it, we hear all of these amazing effects that people are seeing, and we want to share that because there is a natural product
Solution.
that
Yeah.
you can use to do something similar. Is it, it's not going to happen in 30 seconds like Botox, or I don't know how long it takes for Botox to work, but that paralysis happens, boom.
Yeah.
But Intensive really does work quite well.
Yeah. So
on another note, I have something else to talk about, which
talk about curative, a little curative experience you had.
Yes. Because this surprised me. So I ride on the back of a Harley, and on Monday we've had beautiful weather here, so we had to break it in for the season, and we went out on Monday, and after doing all this research, I'm not using a sunscreen anymore, and I thought to myself, what should I do? I think I'll just slap on the curative. I put it on my face, I put it on my chest, I put it on my arms. My husband didn't do it. And
you don't look burned.
On a bike for, I don't know, 2 hours or so in the middle of the afternoon. And I came back with no burn.
Yeah, I mean, you still look like your, pale self, which is
well, that's kind of funny.
maybe a little less, but not burn.
Well, that's the lights. So,
yeah.
But we went out again yesterday, and I didn't use it because I thought, well, maybe it was just not
Luke. Yeah.
Maybe it was just because it's early in the year, a little earlier than we typically go out. So I didn't use it yesterday. Went out for less time. We were out for about an hour and a half. I got fried.
Yeah.
My arms are all red. My chest is all. My face is red. You can't see it. And so I have a use it, don't use it. And will never go out in the sun without curative again.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've tried it myself, and it's interesting because you just can't believe it, right? That it's something natural that can be good for you. And
right.
protects you at the same time. And at the
Well, there's
same time,
another
it's,
aspect to that.
yeah,
Because my
who
husband and
knew?
I were watching TV last night. He goes, man, my arms are really burned because he's double burned now. I said, you got Curative sitting next to you because he keeps it next to him because he has no hair, so he uses it on his scalp all the time. He, I said, put it on your arms. How do you feel? He goes, man, it doesn't hurt anymore. And I mean, I had already put it on my chest and my arms because I was in pain.
Yeah.
It,
And one of the
Instant
main,
inflammation immediately.
I think we talked earlier about aloe as one of the big
It's,
UV filters in there. Plus, coconut oil, of course, is in there, and jojoba. But gee, could it be that propolis, which is very much in curative and intensive, is a huge UV filter, and it also helps to heal redness. I mean, it's anti-inflammatory. It's for wound healing. Bees make some amazing stuff. That's where propolis comes from, correct?
well,
All
right.
right.
Propolis, there are some peer review papers in progress
Hmm.
about how it is actually fighting cancer. And it kills cancer cells. Well, it's
Well,
just
we can't say that, but
no, but it's a peer review paper
yeah.
in progress. You can Google it and you can find the peer review paper in progress. That's how
And
I.
it also helps with collagen production, which, gives you firmer skin, which is
It's all good
in
stuff.
it's in
I mean,
here too. It's all good stuff. I mean, we we've said this over and over, but we want to keep repeating it because we put all this good stuff in there to make a product that just gives your skin what it needs to protect itself and look its best without
we want to
chemicals.
educate you. We do want to educate you. And
Yeah.
just a little tickler for next week. Your favorite cologne? Oh my gosh. But we'll talk about that next. Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah, everyone have a good one. Nice talking to you. Bye.